Outgoing United States Chargé d'Affaires to Bangladesh Tracy Ann Jacobson pays farewell call on Chief Advisor Professor Muhammad Yunus. Interim government committed to hold free, fair and peaceful elections. Candidates submit nomination papers for 13th national parliamentary elections amid festive atmosphere on last day today. Total 2,582 nomination papers submitted for 300 constituencies. Nomination papers for Begum Khaleda Zia for Feni 1, Bogura 7 and Dinajpur 3 constituencies and Tariq Rahman for Dhaka 17 and Bogura 6 submitted. Nomination paper for Jamaat Amir Dr. Shafiqur Rahman for Dhaka 15 submitted. 72 Border Guard Bangladesh BGB members awarded with medals for outstanding services and veteran freedom fighters honored on BGB Day. The 30th Dhaka International Trade Fair begins on January 1 at Purbachal with 324 local and foreign stalls. This year's fair to be free from polythene bags. After 19 years, BNP's acting chairman Tariq Rahman visits Central Party office at Noyapolitan, calls upon to rebuild country together. Trump-Zelensky meeting in Florida to resolve Ukraine crisis. Positive progress in peace plan, say both leaders. And in BPL cricket, Rangpur Riders beat Chattogram Royals by 7 wickets in first match of the day. Assalamu alaikum, welcoming you to BTV News of 10 p.m. This is Marvin Samdani with you in the newsroom. Ambassador Tracy Ann Jacobson, the Chargé d'Affaires of the United States to Bangladesh, paid a farewell call on Chief Advisor Professor Muhammad Yunus at the State Guest House, Jamuna today. During the meeting, they discussed the upcoming February parliamentary elections and referendum, as well as trade, civil aviation, labor reforms initiated by the interim government and overall bilateral relations between the two countries. Tracy Ann Jacobson, who is returning home after an eventful year in Bangladesh, appreciated the leadership of the chief advisor over the past 17 months and reiterated the support of the United States government for the February elections. The chief advisor reaffirmed his government's commitment to holding free, fair and peaceful elections, adding that full preparations were underway to ensure the success of both the parliamentary elections and the referendum. The U.S. Chargé d'Affaires lauded the reforms undertaken by the interim government and in particular praised the truly remarkable and extraordinary labor laws, saying they would help attract greater foreign direct investment to Bangladesh. She also commended the interim government for withdrawing 45 of the 46 cases that had been filed against the country's labor leaders under previous governments. In response, the chief advisor described the new labor ordinance as an excellent piece of legislation, adding that leading Bangladeshi labor activists have publicly welcomed the reforms and the ratification of International Labour Organization (ILO) conventions by the interim government. They also discussed funding for Rohingya humanitarian assistance. Chief advisor thanked the United States for continued support for the Rohingyas. National Security Advisor Dr. Khalilur Rahman and SDG Coordinator and Senior Secretary Lamia Murshid were also present at the meeting. Candidates submitted nomination papers for upcoming 13th national parliamentary election amid festive atmosphere on the last day today. A total of 2,582 nomination papers were submitted for 300 constituencies. Nomination papers have been submitted for BNP Chairperson Khaleda Zia in the Feni 1 constituency for the 13th national parliamentary election. In addition, nomination papers of candidates from different constituencies of Dhaka were submitted at the Dhaka Divisional Commissioner's office in Kakrail. On the final day of nomination submission today, Abdul Salam, Chief Election Coordinator, submitted the nomination papers on behalf of the BNP Acting Chairman Tariq Rahman for the Dhaka 17 constituency. Nomination papers for Jamaat Amir Dr. Shafiqur Rahman for Dhaka 15 constituency submitted today. Earlier, Barrister Ahmed bin Qasim Arman, the Jamaat nominated candidate for the Dhaka 14 constituency, submitted his nomination papers. Nomination papers were also submitted by BNP candidate SM Jahangir for Dhaka 18, Labour Party Chairman Mustafizur Rahman Iran for Dhaka 7 and Tanvir Ahmed Robin for Dhaka 4, along with other candidates in their respective constituencies. Today, BNP Secretary General Mirza Fakhrul Islam Alamgir submitted his nomination papers for the Thakurgaon 1 constituency. Jamaat Secretary General Mia Golam Parwar submitted his nomination papers for the Khulna 3 constituency. The Chamber Court has directed that Mahmood Rahman Manna, President of Nagorik Oikko, be removed from the list of loan defaulters, allowing him to contest in the election. The order was issued this morning by Appellate Division Chamber Judge Justice Muhammad Razaul Haq. As a result, there is now no obstacle to Mahmood Rahman Manna contesting the election from the Bogura 2 constituency. Earlier, last Wednesday, Manna filed a petition with the High Court bench comprising Justice Muhammad Bazlur Rahman and Justice Muhammad Manzoor Alam, seeking removal of his name from the list of loan defaulters. After the hearing, the High Court rejected his writ petition. Subsequently, Manna appealed to the Chamber Court. Speculation and imagination are running rampant among ordinary people across the country regarding the upcoming national elections and referendum. A referendum provides the opportunity for people to directly express their opinions on significant state decisions alongside forming a government through elections. But what do ordinary people actually expect from the upcoming national parliamentary election and referendum? What are the thoughts of the working class people, youth, women, professionals and business persons in the capital? Voting is not just a right, it is the most powerful means of participating in the governments of the state. In both national elections and referendums, people want their opinions to be reflected in the decisions of the state. The expectations of the people who make a living through hard work are very clear. They want the election to be peaceful, fair and impartial. By voting, they hope to choose leaders who will focus on employment, fair wages and reducing the cost of living. Women voters are concerned with safety, education and equal rights. They want the elected representatives to play an effective role in women's empowerment, employment and preventing violence. The expectation of street-side shopkeepers is simple. From the new government, they only ask that if the footpaths are going to be cleared, they should be rehabilitated first before being evicted. The voices of people from all walks of life are unanimous. Elections and referendums must be participatory, credible and beyond question, because ultimately the strength of democracy lies in the people's vote. Only free and fair elections and referendums can restore the trust of the people, and the future of a strong democratic state depends on that trust. The International Crimes Tribunal has scheduled 6th of January for the next round of testimony of Ruhul Amin, the investigation officer in the murder case of Abu Said, the first martyr of the July mass uprising. The order was issued today by International Crimes Tribunal 2, led by Justice Nazrul Islam Chaudhry, after the conclusion of the third day of testimony. Following this, defense lawyers will cross-examine the investigation officer. Meanwhile, in the same tribunal, proceedings in the case filed against 7 individuals, including banned Awami League's General Secretary Obaidul Qadir, whose party's activities are currently banned, for crimes against humanity during the July massacre, did not take place today, as the tribunal did not receive the complete warrant execution report. Earlier on 18th of December, the tribunal took cognizance of the charges against the 7 accused and issued arrest warrants. Earlier in the morning, 6 of the 30 accused in the Abu Said murder case who are currently in custody were produced before the tribunal. A ceremony was held today to award medals in recognition of meritorious service and to honor gallantry freedom fighters on the occasion of BGB Day. The event took place this morning at Pilkhana in the capital. Home Advisor, retired Lieutenant General Jahangir Alam Chaudhry, attended the function as the chief guest. At the ceremony, a total of 72 BGB members were awarded various medals for outstanding service. Of them, 12 received the Border Guard Bangladesh Medal, 24 the President's Border Guard Medal, 12 the Border Guard Bangladesh Service Medal, and 24 received the President's Border Guard Service Medal. Besides, the Home Advisor accorded receptions to gallantry BGB freedom fighters and their family members, presenting them with honors and gift items. Senior Secretary Nasimul Ghani and BGB DG Major General Muhammad Ashrafuzzaman Siddiq were present on the occasion. The 30th Dhaka International Trade Fair will begin on 1st January at the Bangladesh-China Friendship Exhibition Center in Purvachal. Chief Advisor Professor Muhammad Yunus will inaugurate the fair. The announcement was made at a press conference this morning at the exhibition center. Commerce Secretary Mahbubur Rahman briefed the media on the arrangements for Dhaka International Trade Fair. Export Promotion Bureau Vice Chairman Hassan Arif and Director General Baby Rani Kormokar were also present at the press conference. The Commerce Secretary said a total of 324 local and foreign stalls have been allocated for this year's fair. He also said that the use of polythene bags and single-use plastic products has been banned at the fair. As an alternative, eco-friendly shopping bags will be supplied at low cost through the Ministry of Textiles and Jute, added the Commerce Secretary. This year, exhibitors from 6 countries, India, Turkey, Indonesia, Malaysia, Hong Kong and Singapore, will participate in the fair. Entry tickets have been priced at 50 taka for adults and 25 taka for children under the age of 12. However, freedom fighters, persons with disabilities and those injured in the July movement will be allowed free entry upon showing valid identification cards. The fair will remain open daily from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. while on weekly holidays it will stay open until 10 p.m. BNP Acting Chairman Tariq Rahman visited the party's Noapolitan Central Office today after about 17 years. Central leaders, including Senior Joint Secretary General Ruhul Kabir Rizvi, received him at the office. At this time, thousands of BNP activists assembled in front of the office. Tariq Rahman came to the balcony of the Central Office and greeted the party workers. The BNP top leader has called for building the new Bangladesh as per the people's aspiration. Former advisor Asif Mahmood Shajib Bhuiya has joined the National Citizen Party NCP. However, he will not be a candidate in the upcoming election. He will discharge the responsibility of NCP's election coordinator. NCP convener Nahid Islam announced this at a press conference in the capital today. He also informed that Asif Mahmood will act as the spokesperson for NCP. At the moment, he added, Asif Mahmood will not be allowed to take part in the election. Former news editor of Bangladesh Television BTV, Muhammad Mainuddin, passed away today while undergoing treatment at a hospital in the capital. Inna lillahi wa inna ilaihi rajiun. He was 60. Muhammad Mainuddin is survived by 2 daughters and a host of relatives. Bangladesh Television Director General Muhammad Mahbubul Alam expressed deep sorrow at his death. Officials and employees of Bangladesh Television, including colleagues from the news department where he served for many years, also mourned his passing. His first namaz-e-janaza was held at BTV Dhaka Center premises after Asr prayer. Officials and employees of Bangladesh Television and relatives of him took part in the janaza. Later, his body was taken to Chattogram, where he was expected to be buried forever. Muhammad Mainuddin joined Bangladesh Television in 1994 as a news producer. He went on pre-retirement leave on 31st December in 2024, and 31st December next was scheduled to be the final day of his pre-retirement leave. Now, international news.